What's up everyone, Kawaii here, and welcome to my playthrough of Grisaia Chronos Rebellion. This is part 34 of my Grisaia Chronos Rebellion playthrough series. If you haven't seen the other 33 parts, include the playlist in the description down below. But yeah, we're going to pick up where we left off back in part 33, so without further ado, let's get to it.
状況を再開します。
いい仕事したのよさ。そっちはどう、カズネ。
Yes, the last playthrough where we left off, it is Grisaia Civil War. The class has implemented their plan to break Arata out of the prison transport, but now Class D is after them. So things we're looking bad for Class. Class A was after Class D, but Class S has come to help Class D. So yeah, it's like I said, it's Grisaia Civil War.
今アマネが仕掛けているところよ。おかげでどうにかつながっているわ。ありがとう。
Woo!
どういたしましてなのよ。でもよ、なんでこんな回りくどいやり方すんだべ？
Because if Mihama and Sword catch wind of the fact that you're helping them, then y'all are in deep, deep trouble. Y'all could probably kiss your opportunity to save Yuji goodbye.
私たちが動いていることが A 組に察知されれば対応されてしまう。伏兵として隠れている必要があったのよ。不意打ちでなければ彼女たちは止められない。でもそろそろバレている頃でしょうね。
Oh, nice dodge. Maki rides into Amane's blind spot and takes out her guns.
よくまかと鬱陶しい女だな。
あなた、ソウルスピードって呼ばれてるんだって？
だったらどうした？
私について来られるかしら？
Oh shit!
走りで勝負しようっての。残念だけど今は仕事中なんでな。
おじけづいちゃった？
Amane overtakes Maki, revs her engines.
勝負しねえって言ってんだろ。
Amane slows down to right next to Maki, pushing her to the edge of the road over and over again. Maki has to focus entirely on staying on the road, meaning she can't fire her weapon.
分岐が見えてきたよ。
なあな姉があの道は左っせ。うわ
Maki tries to go to the left also, but Amane gets in her way.
邪魔すんな。
あっちのルートで私と遊びましょう。
The two bikes ride parallel into the middle of the intersection.
このままだとぶつかるぞ。資金レースのつもりか。
私はあの分岐路を右へ行くわ。
Oh shit.
私はあの分岐路を右へ行くわ。何があってもね。
Amane rides between both Now and Maki, almost rubbing up against both bikes.
危ない。よけて。
くそか。
Maki leans to the right, Amane leans right at the same time, and both bikes barely avoid the guardrail and go down the road. Alright, good shit, Amane, keeping Maki preoccupied. The sun is starting to set.
見えたぜ。不当だ。おい。先生の仲間もちゃんと運んできてんだろうな。もちろんっす。すぐに追いついてくると思うっす。
Okay. Well, that's two sword agents preoccupied. And two is out of commission. But we still have Chris, Murasaki, and Arata. Also Taiga as well, if she's here. The taillights from the fleet of bikes bleed into the dimness of the container yard.
港のどのあたりだ。
Still on the back of one of the bikes, Serika reaches down to check her map, but before she can, a large shadow appears overhead. A bike flies over the container right in front of Serika. The rider pulls out two handguns while in midair. Oh! Rena! What happened to R? The bullets whiz toward Arata, but Serika blocks them with her shield from the back of her seat. Rena's bike lands on the ground and stops.
厄介だね、そのシールド。追
いついてきやがったのか。
ここは僕に任せて。ナオちゃんは師匠を船へ。地図は端末へ送ったよ。
いいのかよ、お前一人で。
レナちゃんたち きっとどこまでも追ってくるよ。ならここで倒さないと。
Good luck, Serica, that's all I gotta say. Since I don't know where R is,
行くぞお
the Kuza girls speed off, leaving Serica alone. The goal is within their grasp. Rena ignores Serica and chases after them.
ここは通さないよ。
Serica charges at Rena's bike with her shield at the ready. Rena speeds up, intending to crash into Serica. No matter how strong Serica is, she shouldn't survive a head-on collision with a speeding motorcycle.
なんの
I don't know, Justice shield is pretty strong. Serica angles her shield on the ground like a ramp, and when the bike starts to climb it, she tosses the metal beast into the air. Ooh! Rena manages to land on her feet, but the same can't be said for her bike, which crashes into a container.
セリカを倒してからじゃないと先へ進めないんだね。わかった。
Rena gets up and tosses her gun to the
シー
side.
ルド相手に何発撃ち込んだって意味
Oh,
ないからね。
shit. Serica tosses her shield to the side and turn. It would get in the way of their fist fight.
レナちゃん何度も格闘訓練をやってるけどさっきが全然違う。気が抜いたら一瞬でやられる。
Oh, I knew it was gonna come to this. It was so obvious it was gonna come to this.
行くよ。
Oof.
訓練じゃないんだよ。声なんてかけてる暇があったらやらなきゃ。
Okay, okay. Serica, things are not looking good for her.
パンチが重い。一発一発が必殺技みたいだ。でも僕だって格闘戦ならレナちゃんにも負けない。
In the past, Serica was a reasonably capable fighter. But that was before she met Arata. With his help, she improved her fighting abilities and learned to use her fists as weapons that could protect her allies.
どんなにダメダメでもここだけは絶対に負けられないんだ。
Serica slips through Rena's heavy blows and counterattacks. But Rena manages to coolly defend herself against Serica's violent flurry of blows.
一発も当たらない。ガードもうまい。でもこういう相手の崩し方も師匠に教わった。
Serica tries every possible strike she knows, but they are all for naught. By this point, Nao and the other Kuza girls have nearly made it to their pier.
あの船っすよね姉が楽勝っすね。待て止まれ。
One of the forward bikes hits something on the ground and immediately crashes.
んだこれ巻き菱。
Ooh, tacks? A flurry of small pins is spread across the ground. Now, looking at her feet, doesn't notice the falling figure from above.
結局こうなるんだね。B 組との実戦訓練と同じ結果だよ。
Oof. I think really the only chance they have against Murasaki is if Isuka is here. Like a bat hidden in the darkness of night, Murasaki swoops down behind Nao and slices with her sword.
君か。
Speaking of which,
主様には手を出させません。
oh, we got a ninja fight, and I'm not talking about Naruto.
はあなんだおめえいつからそこにいた。
そちらの方のバイクにこっそり乗せてもらってました。自分存在感薄いんで。
Oh, don't worry, Isuka. I didn't forget about you.
訂正。やっぱり訓練通りにはいかないね。実践は難しい。そういうことです。
なんだかよくわかんねえけどここは任せた。
Now rides over the caltrops, forcing her bike's punctured wheels to the boat.
行かれてしまったね。でも忍者は一人じゃないんだ。
Oh, hell, is your sister here? Damn. Yuki just had to be here. And I don't think they have another ninja. Yuki throws a shuriken at Now, which manages to hit its target. In a matter of moments, her sword is unleashed and sheathed at Arata's neck.
ごめんなさいね、新た。恨みはないけど、死んでもらうわ。
結局は訓練通りになってしまったかな。嵐様。
Sachi! They don't have another ninja, but they have someone close to it. They have someone who's just as good. A maid. Yuki barely dodges the surprise attack. As a first-class ninja, Yuki possesses a vast knowledge of weapons. Seeing how quickly the weapon slashed at her, Yuki lets out a sigh of admiration. But with a hint of fear, she backs off and readies her sword. The girl in front of her?
忍者はいませんが、メイドならいます。
あなたは確か S 組の
和樹さんの指示でここでお待ちしていました。D 組の皆さんがここまでたどり着けたら手数が足りなくなるだろうと。というわけで助立ちさせていただきます。
そういえばさ、なんでメイドなの？
Why are you a ninja?
ただのメイドではありません。サメメイドです。
That's right. She's a shark maid, and it's a feeding frenzy for her.
意味はわからないけど、そのセンス嫌いじゃないよ。
Even Murasake Yuki respects Sachi's skills. Love to see it.
この世界、おかしな奴がわんさかいるものね。メイドが包丁持ってるくらいじゃ驚かないわ。
The speed of the maid slash surprises Yuki. The enemy is strong. Yuki channels her focus on the maid and strikes.
そっちにもまだ戦力があったとは。嵐様、今のうちにどうかお逃げください。
In the darkness of dusk, I walk toward the pier. In front of me is the boat. That is my goal. Goal? Whose goal? Why should I bother living? I want to die. But everyone did their best to bring me here anyway. There's devil blood in my veins. I can't ignore that fact. I may become a terrorist, just like Heather and the Colonel predicted. I may become the next Sendarion, the world's worst enemy. Those things may happen. I still go forward toward the goal. I'm not sure why. I was born from an experiment, but I have never understood what it means to be loved. I may be a human, but I've never felt human. Does someone like that ever understand the value of a life? How much does life weigh? An inhuman person like me will never be able to understand the importance of human life. Despite my reluctance, I still walk forward. Something is pushing me from behind. If I make it to the goal, maybe I'll finally have the answer to my worries. That's the hope I hold close to my heart. You're here. Oh no. Oh shit. How are they gonna face off against Haruto? How are they gonna fend off Haruto? I stare at the person in front of me. The sun sets behind them, so I can only see their silhouette, but his voice is all too familiar. Oh! Oh, that goes hard. Oh, this CG goes hard. Haruto. Just like I promised, if you ever turned evil, I'd be the one to behead you. Haruto unsheathes his sword. The blade glows a wondrous crimson red in the fading sunlight. Oh, shit. Just like I promised. Oh, yeah. Instead of his usual innocent, handsome smile, he wears the stare of a cold-hearted murderer. My very own Grim Reaper. This is the end of the line. I'll let Haruto harvest my soul now. It'll be all over. Haruto wordlessly approaches, raising his sword. All I need to do now is accept it. It will finally end. I'm supposed to let his sword take me. It's supposed to be easy. My cursed life is supposed to end so that I can die as a human. Regardless, I still dodge his strike. What just happened? I dodge late, and fresh blood drips down from my cheek. The blade is so sharp that I only start bleeding a couple seconds later. The pain from his cut turns me to my senses. A cold chill runs down my spine. I can feel Haruto's bloodlust for me. My entire body breaks out in a cold sweat. I don't have time to feel fear for my life, so instead, a ferocious yell escapes my throat. Move faster than I can think, dodging each of his slices by a thread. All living beings fear death. Haruto's murderous assault strokes all of my deepest fears. Both of my hands are still bound. I didn't think to untie them until now, but it's far too late for that. If I don't get out of these cuffs, I won't be able to dodge Haruto's attack! I try to escape, but I stumble and fall. Until now, I've never valued my life, no matter how bad things got, so why do I feel so much fear now? It's impossible to dodge a master of the blade like this for long. I'm rather like you. Goodbye. It's over. R! R runs at us while shooting both of her guns. I was wondering where she was. Haruto steps out of the line of fire, and although a couple bullets hit his bulletproof suit, he lunges at R. There's a silent pause before blood starts spurting from the fresh wound in R's torso, as if the universe is waiting for R to realize what has happened. Oh, R! Oh my god. I catch R in my arms as she stumbles forward. I put pressure on her wound, but the blood continues to pour out. Are you serious? It's fine. Don't say any more. No, no. I mean, she could be saved, right? Tears stream from her eyes. R smiles as I hug her tightly. I can feel the heat of her blood. I can feel the weight of R's life in my hands. R whispers to me softly before she closes her eyes. I feel her body go limp in my embrace. Man. There's no... She's not gonna die, right? We all know this game is too reluctant to truly kill off cute girls. And R is a cute girl, so no. No, there has to be a way we could save her, right? Right? Life is fragile. One slice from a sword and it's gone. Oh, Arata is pissed. Haruto! Pick up R's gun and face Haruto. Haruto dodges my bullets, just as I expected him to. I aim where I think he'll dodge next. Wait, how did he get out of the... Wait. How did he get out of the cuffs? Oh, no, he's still in cuffs. Okay, never mind. No, wait, hold on. Wait. No, I think the cuffs are... Yeah, the cuffs are broken. Huh. Haruto dodges my bullets just as I expect him to. I aim where I think he'll dodge next. Right at his heart. With a metallic clang, Haruto slices my bullets in half. I was aiming for his vitals, and so he must have guessed as much. His abilities are godly, but I fight on unperturbed. Haruto dodges my gunshots while brandishing his sword. I knew it would come to this. I create space between us while I shoot at him, stepping backward. Haruto immediately slices at me again. I dodge and place my cuffs in the arc of the slash, giving my arms freedom to move. Oh! But that CG lied to us. He wasn't out of the cuffs. But he is now. I didn't expect you to do that. Oh, that... Haruto still... Well, even though he's full of bloodlust now, he still has time to give us a cute-ass wink. I saw a chance and I took it. R was hit because she underestimated distance. Haruto's sword reaches farther than you would imagine. I always wanted to try fighting you for real. Now I can, since you have that gun. I never wanted to fight you for real, especially with your sword. But This is much more interesting than I imagined. Well, even if the Arata and our ship sinks, it's nice to know that the Arata and Haruto ship is still going strong. Gun versus sword. To many, the gun should have the advantage, but against a master of the sword, the math isn't quite as simple. A gun can only fire in a straight line. The trajectory is easy to read. And if that first shot misses, there is a window of opportunity to approach. Even if the distance is only a few meters, there's still enough time for 1 or 2 shots. However, there is also the concern of running out of ammo. Yeah, swords can never run out of ammo. A sword, on the other hand, has numerous advantages, including not needing to rely on ammunition. A missed slice can be fluidly redirected into a second swing. Not to mention that the speed of Haruto's swings is second to none. What is this feeling? I fear Haruto's bloodlust reverberating inside me. My slumbering spirit is waking up. Like a hibernating animal, it latches out in a violent frenzy, baring its fangs at Haruto. I'll kill you! That's more like it. I can feel myself getting higher. Can't wait. I have so much fun. I'll have so much fun when I finally kill him. Woo, boy! So we're gonna see Arata's bloodlust, huh? A dark haze clouds my mind and blocks my thoughts. The last thread of my humanity breaks. I charge forward. Someone's voice rings through my comms. Shut up! Don't get in my way! I ignore her voice and pull the trigger. The sound of gunfire orders any annoyances that might get in my way. Plan and pleas are muffled by gunfire, but I return to my senses for a brief second. I look around and realize a wild gunfight is happening all around me. Class D is on the defensive, holding off Class A as they attempt to break through and get to me. Some other students who are late to the battle join in. The whole dock has become a battlefield. It's an all-out war. Class D is faltering, overwhelmed, and running out of options. They all look tired, practically on the verge of passing out. Don't get in my way! I'm feeling too good right now! Woo! Man, we've never seen Arata like so in the moment. Like so full of whatever he's feeling right now. I'm not sure if it's bloodlust or euphoria. Maybe a little mix of both. I ignore my students' plea for help and resume my fighting with Haruto. Also, how much did you even reload? There's no way you reloaded, right? No, he has to have reloaded. He must have picked up all of our spare magazines because a Desert Eagle only has a 7-round magazine capacity, which is not that many. I ignore my students' plea for help and resume my fight with Haruto. Class D? Friends? Who cares about that? Life has nothing but waste that resides on Earth. Haruto looks me coolly in the eye and parries my attack. I can't hit him at all. Shit. I've never fought anyone like him. How do I kill him? I want to kill this monster! Well, I better end it here for the sake of everyone. Haruto aims at my heart with the sword. If he thrusts now, I won't be able to dodge. It would only take a brief second for Haruto's sword to pierce straight through my chest. He also gave me my opening. Haruto will be defenseless while his weapon is stuck in me. That's when I will strike. That's when I'll slay the beast. I'll give you my heart. It's a small price to pay for the thrill of killing you. See? Haruto lady says, I'll give you my heart. See, now, if that ain't a love confession, I don't know what is. I'm captivated by Haruto's strength and beauty. Oh my god. During our duel, being able to destroy that beauty with my own hands will be the ultimate prize. If it only costs the 21 grams that is my soul, I'll grant him his wish. That's cheap. An absolute bargain. Serika falls to the ground, shot. While moving to assist her, Flan also takes a hit. Just like a scene from one of my missions where when I was known as the death sign, all my friends one by one fall to the ground. I try to help, but it's already too late. Everyone is dead. I become frantic. I start to wish that I was dead, that I were dead. The pain of watching all my friends die is too much to bear. Why did I ever think that? Is that how I was raised? Then why did I kill the researcher back at the lab? Because he was trying to harm L and R? Did I resent him? I don't remember hating him. I only learned to feel hate after. I want to protect my little sisters. Why did I want to protect them? What did L and R mean to me? I was born from a test at Dr. Osborne's lab. I am a humanoid being. After I was created, my creator, Dr. Osborne, neglected me. I was treated as worthless. I was called a failed specimen. I never felt sad about that fact. I was never taught to feel sadness. I didn't understand what being a failure meant. The only people who cared about me were the twin sisters born after me. Ever since I was born, I was derided as a failure. The most important things I had in my life were L and R. It was the first time I experienced something I cared about. Thinking back, when what I felt at first wasn't so extreme. It was the same type of feeling I get now when I greet a stranger walking on the sidewalk. A small sense of affinity. That small feeling of closeness was all I had. It was a small ray of light that illuminated the darkness of my heart. I felt nothing when I killed him. I didn't understand that committing murder was wrong. Life is fragile. I was created from an experiment. I'm no different from an object. But I started to slowly understand what it meant to care about something. What do I care about now? Justice? I never understood it. I just know it as some lofty ideal that people kill each other over. For all I care, they can kill each other for no reason at all. Then what? Even if I am the death sign, what is it I want to protect the most? My friends. They are what I have grown to care about. They are the most important thing in my life. They are the reason I have been fighting so hard. I never ran away just to survive by myself. Compared to the lives of my friends, mine is worthless. But no matter how hard I try to protect them, I always live on alone. What do I want now? What do I do? Do I want to kill Haruto? Do I want to end the life of the most skilled person I have ever met with my own hands? Or do I want for all of my friends who came to help me? Poised to strike right through my heart. He's poised to strike right through my heart. But I instead aim my gun away from Haruto's head. I shoot right at his shoulder, preventing her from finishing off Serika. I missed my chance to kill Haruto. But if I die, this fight will end. I'll save everyone. That's all I wish for. I feel at peace. I'll let the Grim Reaper reap as he wishes. Huh? Haruto misses my heart and slashes my side instead. Oh shit! R is still alive! For now, R, crawling on the ground, grabs Haruto's leg. Haruto raises his sword to sever her head as she desperately holds onto his leg. I pull the trigger again. I shoot at Haruto, forcing him to retreat. R, are you okay? At this track, Bloody Collar. R breathes rapidly, unable to speak at all. But I can feel her. Don't die, brother. R's voice? No, it's not her voice. I can feel her feelings. Ever since I hugged R, I've been able to feel her feelings. It's the pets. Don't force yourself to speak. Maybe I do understand, but at the same time, there's also a devil inside me.
誰の心の中にだっているんだよ。それを制御するのが心なんだよ。
Damn.
兄ちゃん、私が切られた時怒ってくれたでしょ。私が死にそうだと悲しむでしょ。このままじゃもっと悲しいことになっちゃうよ。
もう無理よ、止められない。一度引いて立て直すしかないわ。
Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. I guess Koyoi and Anna were there. What have they been doing? Were they still, like, recuperating?
でもどこに逃げたらいいの？ここ明け渡したら先生がやられちゃうよ。セリカ、しっかりして、立てよ。だいぶボロボロだけどどうにか。皆さんの役に立ちたいのに相手が手強くて。
The people I care about are falling apart right in front of me. If I don't turn into a devil in the end, it's because I have so many friends I care about.
そうだよ。あいつら。お姉ちゃんを助けてあげて。
Okay. I reach for my comms and I yell out. Don't fall back! Hold your ground!
まさき先生、無茶言わないで。
Serica, use your shield and support Koyoi. Flan, provide cover fire.
師匠、わかった。先生、おまじないをください。
Oh, we got this track. It's called Link Full Burst. Pets link on. Use as much of my skill as you need.
来た来た来た来た来た。師匠が僕の中に流れ込んでくる。
Yes, pets. That's their only hope.
感じる。
That's phrasing, Flan. Phrasing. Even without touching them or looking them in the eye, I can feel Link. I can link with them.
なあ、俺はどうしたらいい？
Have Dustbox use their bikes to flank and distract the enemy, but don't get too aggressive. If they start firing at you, retreat.
了解。行くぞ、お前ら。
Isuka, keep Murasaki at bay. Buy us some time.
それならどうにか自分にもできそうです。
Anna, make a barricade and block their path.
りょう。
Class S, do whatever you want. Good. That's good instruction right there. Where's Michiru? I want to know where Michiru is among all this. I'll leave the management of Class S to their own commander, who is no doubt watching over the battle.
指揮系統が復活したようです。動きの統率が取れています。レナさん、崩せませんか？
任せて。突入するよ。
No, you still gotta get through Serica. Serica, keep her back.
ラジャーです、師匠。
Brenna, preparing to rush in, is blocked by Serica. The crumbling Class D get a second wind and keeps Class A at bay. But they won't be able to keep them back for long. There's only one way for Class D to win. I need to defeat Haruto. Haruto remains calm and eyes me down. Oh, I'm sure he is. His will isn't shaken by Class D's sudden resistance. He readies his sword. I need to end this battle as quickly as I can. The problem is that I can't defeat Haruto in my current state. Can't do it without some help from my friends. Weak. I need everyone to channel their power to me. Oh my god. Pets isn't a one-way system. I can take everyone else's power and use it myself. I grip my handgun and take a deep breath. Let's settle this now. I might die, but either way, the battle will end soon. Haruto senses my intention and he changes his stance. He intends to end this with a single blow. I'm ready. Come at me! He sweeps his sword sideways in an arc. If I pulled the trigger then, he would have sliced my torso in half in the next instant. Instead, I jump back and fire. 1, 2, 3 shots! I hit his thick, bulletproof uniform. Haruto doesn't bother getting out of the way of my bullets. Now! I jump at Haruto before he has time to rush at me. He deflects my bullets and readies his blade to strike at my right hand. I pull my arm back too late. He slashes through the top of my gun. His sword is terrifyingly sharp. Its slashing is as beautiful and terrifying as lightning. I lunge daringly toward Haruto and crash into his chest. You can't slash me if I'm this close. Flan's judgment gave me the idea of attempting this daring attack. Flan, who gets scared easily and doesn't believe in herself, is always careful. But when it's do or die, she's capable of immense courage and can perform the most daring of feats. And now I use Serika's fighting skills. In order to fight hand-to-hand with an armed enemy, Serika has studied many ways to evade and counter attacks. At point-blank range, all I need to do is pull the trigger. Haruto slams the hilt of his blade into my face when I try to fire. My nose is broken and blood pours from my nostrils. I grab the wrist holding his sword, pull him close, and slam my head into his handsome face. Oh my god. Grr! Haruto grabs and twists my arm. In a flash, he slashes sideways. See, I mean, look at that. Even when he's fighting for his life here, Arata still has room to call him handsome. Like, if this ain't shipping moments, I don't know what is. I block the incoming blade with the grip of my broken handgun. The blade digs in, but Haruto is able to slash with all of his power when I'm this close to him. I shoot directly at point-blank range into Haruto's chest. This rough style of fighting is our skill! Looking for an opponent's weakness and hitting it relentlessly, a very effective form of fighting. My bullets dig into his bulletproof suit, but they don't pierce through. Last is L's skill. L isn't here, but we've always battled together. Annoyingly, we've always been connected via pets, like a curse. Or is it a blessing? Thanks to that, whenever L's in a battle, it feels as if I'm there. Her fighting style and skills are basically always inside of me. Oh, that's kind of sexy, I'm not gonna lie. The girl born to be a genius is a skilled grappler. I grab Haruto and pull his vest open, exposing his skin. The Grisaia devs know exactly what they're doing. I thrust the barrel of my gun at his bare chest. Well, stop. Class D, Class A, Class S, and the students from the other school stop fighting and watch as the two of us stare each other down. The battlefield gets quiet. I can hear both me and Haruto breathing rapidly. You're pretty good. I lose. I didn't care about winning. I just can't die. Why? Life doesn't have any meaning, does it? My life itself has no meaning. But I have friends I must protect. I can't let anyone else die. My finger trembles against the trigger. If I pull it, everything will end. Haruto waits quietly for that moment. What's wrong? Pull the trigger. If I do, I'm as good as dead too. Toko will snipe my head off. Murasaka will slice me into pieces, and Renan will fill me with lead. I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Renan will instead opt for bashing your brains in. Probably pummeling you to death with her fists. The Nato-san, are you watching? Contact the principal. Let us go. I have Haruto hostage. If you let us go, we'll stop the 7 recursions. We'll destroy Hades. We can't do it, who else can? What will you do, Itsuru-san?
D 組への命令を変更する。L を奪還しろ。
We good now? I lower my gun and release
た
Haruto.
だし、それが無理な時は殺害せよ。これは絶対だ。いいな。
Understood. I get up and look around the battlefield. All of Class D are wounded and exhausted. Class D, we have a mission! This might just be peak Chronos Rebellion. Holy mother of Christ, that was... Oh man, that was... Oh man! Alright, here we go. Alright, well we got this track here. It's called Conquer the Wasteland. We ride on a boat, heading south along the shoreline.
師匠だ先生、もうどこにも行かないでね。手当てはこれで終わりですが、かなりの深手です。血も流していますから、無理はしないでくださいね。
Told ya! Fucking knew it! Of course this game wouldn't kill off cute girls.
うっせえっての。私の体はお前らと違って特別性なんだよ。この程度のかすり傷、唾つけとけば治るっつうの。
Fragile? Fragile? Sachi's body is fragile? Oh. You clearly haven't seen her spicy scenes in the Fruit of Grisaia visual novel.
お前たち何してるんだ。お兄ちゃんにベタベタすんな。だってもう会えないかもって思ってたんだもん。
Come on, R, you've had your moment. Let Serica and Flan get some.
先生成分を補充しないと。
Instructurnium? Are you...
だったら私だって。僕らごと抱きつかないで。苦しい。
ねえまさき、その状況でどうして真顔でいられるの？
実は私も隙を伺ってたんだよね。ちょっとだけいいかな。では自分は膝の上にちょこんと。
That's right, Arata. Feel free to reap in your rewards. All these cute girls are flinging themselves at you.
ラピスも。
はあ、おめえら抜け駆けすんな。あ、俺は別にそういうつもりじゃねえんだけど。
Nah, you're gonna join in, I think.
みんなでじゃあ私もちょっとだけ。何あれ。
Girl, don't act like you wouldn't do the exact same fucking thing once Yuji wakes up.
絵に描いたようなハーレムってやつなのよさ。
Yup.
まあ我々もあまり人様のことは言えませんしね。
Exactly.
素直に羨ましい。いや、せめてもっと嬉しそうにしなさいよ、あんた。
I'm happy everyone survived. I've sustained many injuries, but because of the hard work everyone put in, I'm content to do what is necessary to reward everyone for their sacrifices.
ほら、あなたたち、まさきが困っているわよ。そうだぞ、お前ら。お兄ちゃんから離れろ。やだ、離れない。
Serica's getting greedy.
そういう R が離れればいい。やだね。やっとこうして会えたんだ。もう二度と離れないもんね。
Actually, it was kind of the other way around. He lost you. How are your wounds, R?
全然平気。ってわけじゃないけど、手当てしてもらったから勝手に治ると思う。
Having been raised in Dr. Osborne's laboratory, we were designed to be all-around geniuses. Our vitality and ability to heal are superior to normal people.
ですが、傷があと1センチ深ければ助かっていなかったと思います。わーってるよ、うっさいメイドね。あの刀持ったやつ、マジでヤバかった。あんな冷たい殺気を放つやつ、セブンリングスにもいないわよ。お兄ちゃん怖かった。よしよしして。
I mean, that really shouldn't come as any type of surprise. There, you must have been scared. But your distraction saved me.
お兄ちゃんギュッ。あ、ずるい、僕も。
Oh, so adorable.
私も。
You girls did good. You took down a Sir's elite squad and even staved off Class A. You've become strong.
頑張ったよね。でも勝てたのは助けに来てくれたみんなのおかげだよ。
正直ここまで大変だとは思っていなかったけど、
本当に死ぬかと思った。まさか A 組まで出てくるとは。主様のためならばこの命を惜しみません。ご褒美のお菓子をください。
あんたには多大な恩があっからな。喧嘩も恩も10倍返し。それがクズ女のやり方ってもんや。
ねえ師匠はもう平気？またあんな先生になっちゃったらやだな。
My girls look at me with fearful eyes. I chuckle and look back at them. I'm fine now. If I have my friends, if I'm with you, I won't turn evil. I half talk to myself when I reply.
だって師匠、僕たちはずっと師匠のそばにいますからね。微笑ましいやりとりをしているところ悪いのだけど、今後についてそろそろ話をしてもいいかしら。
Yumiko! Yep. Figured. I mean, this moment is nice and all, but you know, there's more important things at hand. Right. Where is this boat heading? After my battle Haruto, I was allowed to commandeer this boat. We've been sailing south while tending to our wounds.
行き先は太平洋上にあるフロート基地。海の上を移動していて、監視衛星やあらゆるレーダーからクロノスの手で隠されているわ。そこにエルがいる。
How are we going to infiltrate that? A floating base that moves. Considering that the Chronos system essentially renders it invisible, it should be nearly impossible to locate.
エルが連れ去られた後、密かに私たちで足取りを追っていたの。ね、松島さん。
あれってそうだったの？ま、
チルチルは具体的な指示を出さない方がうまくやれっかな。
L was taken by one of the seven rings, a ninja that goes by Dark Shadow. I don't think it will be easy to track him.
その通りよ。
Kazumi Kazuki.
どんな追跡のプロでも彼を追うのは難しいでしょうね。でもタナトスシステムにならできるわ。
I see. So the Chronos...
そう、停止していた。その間に情報収集したの。タナトスシステムは現在 84% まで復旧できている。使えるリソースの大半をつぎ込んだわ。それともう一つ、有力な情報も手に入れていた。阿久津かなりが命がけで持ち帰った情報をね。
Right before the seven incursions began, Connery had managed to obtain some data. That's why R, while she was brainwashed, was sent to attack her. Did Connery obtain information on where Chronos was being stored?
それらを照合し、ヘイディオの海上フロート基地の現在地を割り出したのよ。
海に浮かんでる基地なら私も行ったことあるな。クロノスシステムのメインコンピューターもそこにあった。なら話は早いのよ。さっさと行ってぶっ潰すのよさ。
It's not that easy, Machina.
って言ってもノーガードなんてことはないだろうし、そう簡単にはいかないんじゃない？ヘイディオの中枢とも言うべき基地なのだから、警備は最も厳重と考えるべきね。場所が分かってるんならミサイルとか撃ち込んじゃえばいいんじゃないの？ドカーンって。ダメよ、そんなことしたらエルも助からないわ。それに一緒にいるであろう黒金博士も。
そういうことよ。だから私たちはソードに協力せず D 組に手を貸したのだから。
ミサイルは効かないよ。迎撃システムがあるから。攻めるなら直接乗り込むしかない。 それが一番難しいんだけど。
Did they ever explain how Hideo even gets all this funding? Like seriously? Missile interception systems? I don't even remember them. Like how are they able to afford this bullshit?
だよね。
ねえ、ずっと気になってたんだけど、どうしてあなたたち S 組は D 組に手を貸したの？
Or maybe it used to be a military base, but Hideo managed to take it by force somehow.
見たところ新田先生と特別な関係ってわけでもなさそうだよな。
Because they have their own man they want to save.
ある人を助けるためよ。私たちの大切な人をね。大切な人？
そう。あんたたちにとってのそこの旦那みたいなもんなのよさ。
そのためにはペッツと被験者である新田先生を失うわけにはいかないの。
わかったような、わからなかったような。
So you intend to retrieve the renegade Ganessa and bring her back alive? Ganessa is the leading and likely the only researcher of pets. If she dies, then so does pets.
さすが、話が早くて助かるわ。
That's why they saved me. They need me in Class D to bring back Ganessa alive, and saving L is a bonus. That must also be why they helped when Laura kidnapped me.
もちろん、それだけが目的じゃないわ。私たちはあなたやエルがその出自を理由に殺処分されたり、永久に牢獄へ送られるべきだとは思っていない。
All of Class S nods in agreement.
美浜学園の先輩としても手助けできることがあるなら見捨てたりしないわ。
Yep. I think Class S knows all too well how it feels to be unfairly judged just because of the way you were born. Looks like things are going to get rough. You're telling me that Ganessa is involved with this too, in this too? Or should I say, you know, being born with unfair circumstances, I should say. Considering what she did, it's highly likely that she will be disposed of if she comes back alive. Without pets, I would be paralyzed. I wouldn't be able to lead Class D, let alone stand and walk. Regrettably enough, she is my lifeline.
ところで、私たちからも一つ確認させてもらえないかしら。あなたの中に眠るという悪魔の血について。
I have Heath Oslow's genes in my body. I was created in Dr. Osborne's laboratory as part of a project to create a genius designer human.
師匠、私もだよ。エルもね。
But I am the only one that has Oslow's genes. They tested many different geniuses' genes, and the ones that were the most successful were used for L and R.
だから R は先生をお兄ちゃんって呼んでるんだ。
そうだぞ。いいだろう。羨ましくなんてないもん。
あなたの悪魔の血は封印されていたのよね。
Yes. There was a woman that raised me after I fled the lab. She made me forget all about it. I only learned the truth recently.
その女というのは誰なの？
Masaki Shizuri. I don't know how to describe her. She is most likely tied to the criminal underworld, but we didn't understand much about that when we were younger.
俺たち？
Me and Maz Carpenter. Maz is Rachel's brother. He's one of the Seven Rings, and he goes by Dark Shadow now. I thought Maz was dead. During a mission, he sacrificed himself.
それについては私から説明しよう。
The principal's voice rings through our comms. Principal Sengoku, you were listening?
盗み聞きの趣味はないが、今や君たちの動向は世界の命運に直結しているんでね。君が仲間を失い、デスサインの異名を決定づけることとなったあの作戦。不可解な点が多くあった。タナトスの情報が不正確で、裏をかくような敵の動きがあった。その上、ケチな兵器工場を守るにしては敵戦力が整いすぎていた。調査した結果から言って、あれはテスト段階のクロノスシステムの実験だったのではないかと思う。ソードの精鋭部隊を見事殲滅してみせた。
I knew something was strange.
敵はこちらを全滅させるつもりだっただろう。クロノスの痕跡を残さぬように。しかし、君が生き残ってしまった。君はクロノスの利害にいるほころびだ。
計算を超えてくる得意点というわけね。クロノスにとって脅威だわ。
君は天才ではないという理由でヘザー博士に見捨てられたそうだが、彼女に理解できなかった何らかの天才なのかもしれん。
I don't care about that. Why did Maz join the enemy? During the battle, he ran away and acted as a decoy so I could escape and live. I thought for sure he was dead.
それはわからない。あの作戦で捕虜となり洗脳を受けたのか、元からスパイだったのか。
So Arata knew this whole time that Maz was Dark Shadow? Maz has always been a better person than me. I still can't fathom why he's with the terrorists.
人の本性は外からではわからない。君自身がそうであったように。
It's not like that. I'm pretty sure it's not like that. I'm not a person. I'm a humanoid thing.
人の定義は諸説あるわ。どの説を採用するかで意見が変わりそうね。
Can you tell us what you know about Sindarion? Was she made as a designer human in Dr. Osborne's lab like me, R, and L?
いつどこで生み出されたのかは不明だ。ヘザー博士の研究によってデザインされたのはほぼ間違いないだろうが、ヘイディオ同様、いつどこから現れたのか何も分かっていない。
ヘイディオってオスロの組織から生まれたんじゃないの？
それについてははっきりとノーと言える。当初は我々もオスロの残党がヘイディオを作ったと考えていたが、どこにもその証拠を見つけられなかった。
ヘイディオは全く別の場所から発生し、急速に増殖していった。
我々はタナトスシステムによってテロ行為に走りそうな世界各地のあらゆる組織を監視してきたが、ヘイディオはいつの間にか生まれていた。幹部の一人であるヘザー・オズボーンは常軌を逸した科学者ではあったが、テロリストではなかった。それがいつの間にかああなっていた。
ママは砂粒の中から拾い集めたかけらがたまたま美しい宝石だったと言っていたわ。それがヘイディオに協力している理由だって。
砂粒の中から拾い集めたかけら？
それが何かはヘザーが死んだ今確かめようもないが、彼女は殺戮を楽しんだり世界の歪みを是正することを望むような女ではなかった。
The principal sounds sure of that. Heather Osborne was only interested in her research. So, even with the help of the Thanatos system, we have no idea who Sindarion is or how Hadia was formed.
だが、その中心にはクロノスシステムがあるということだけは分かっている。クロノスが再起動すれば、世界の命運は今度こそ尽きる。そして、エルが連れ去られた以上、再起動は避けられない。
逆を言えば、クロノスシステムを停止させれば、ヘイディオそのものを止められるということよ。
And if we retrieve L, we can stop the Chronos system. Oh shit.
クロノスシステム再起動の準備はできたか？
今やってますよ。エルとクロノスのペッツリンクを確認。シンクロ値 34%、バイタル異常なし。いつでも行けますよ。
ああ、エルちゃん、こんな姿になってしまってかわいそうで。
自分でさらっておいてよく言いますね。こうなるの知ってて連れてきたんでしょう。
それを言われると胸が痛むが、これも大いなる計画のため。
シンダリオン、ご指示を。
Oh lord.
クロノスシステムを再起動せよ。
ラジャー、ポチッとな。エルとクロノスのシンクロ値がぐんぐん上昇していきます。50、
60、85、97%。クロノスシステム起動します。
But how they manage to sync her? How is she syncing so well without Arata's like help? How is she syncing so well without doing any synchronization practices that we often see?
シンダリオン、ご命令をどうぞ。メジャーミサタ。そなたの主は誰？あなたです。マイマスター。
Fucking hell.
そなたには何ができる？ご命令とあらば、世界を滅ぼすこともできます。ならばやってみせよ。人を滅ぼし、世界を高級の平和へと導き、我が創造主よ。
クロノスが創造主？
What?
シンダリオンの仰せのままに、セブンリングスに伝える。セブンリカーションを再開する。人類を殲滅せよ。
は、直ちに。全部隊に次ぐシンダリオンの名のもとに世界を蹂躙せよ。
The Colonel's orders are transmitted to every affiliate of Hadia all over the world. The seven recursions have begun once again. Oh, fuck. That is certainly not good.
こんなところでどうされましたカーネル殿。セブンリカーションが発動し、今や世界は阿鼻教官の地獄絵図ですぞ。見物なさらないのですか？
モニター越しに見ていても味気ないのでな。今や戦争はドローンマックス。いずれ私の役目も機械にとって変わられるのだろう。
まるで工場に仕事を奪われた職人のような口ぶりですな。いかにも戦争職人らしい。これは傑作だ。
By the way, we got this track here, Colosseum. Honestly, I'm starting to lose track of what BGM tracks I have and haven't named.
殺戮はいい。恐怖と絶望が吹き荒れる嵐の中に身を置くと、命のぬくもりを感じられる。だが、画面越しに見ているだけでは、なんとも味気ない。ましてや、ロボットが一方的に殺戮を行うなど、これは戦争なのか？
以前から疑問だった。セブンリカーションが遂行されれば、人類の大半が死に絶え、戦争などする意味もなくなる。あなたは自分が失業するのに手を貸している。
私がやらずとも、シンダリオンは計画を実行する。ならば私自らが手を下し、血の通った戦争をした最後の一人となろう。だが、時々こうも思う。私もあちら側へ着くべきだったかもと。そうすれば、一日でも長く混沌に満ちた世界を堪能できたやもしれん。
Dark Shadow feels the blade that he hides in his chest pocket. Colonel surely understands his intentions.
シンダリオンへの裏切りは死。
お前が執行するのか？面白い。一度お前と戦ってみたかった。
Do it! Kill each other! That'll be a lot less trouble for Class D, that's for sure.
ご冗談を。俺は暗殺が専門。面と向かってカーネル殿に勝てるわけがない。
謙遜するな。本当はそんなこと1ミリも思っていないくせに。
今のは冗談と受け取っておきます。それとも終わりゆく世界への干渉か。それでは私は私の仕事がございますので。
この作戦が終われば私は時代遅れの軍人。
The Colonel's coat flutters in the salty ocean breeze.
釣りでもしてのんびり暮らすさ。
Fishing? Seriously?
世界各地でテロ攻撃が発生。メディアは敵対国家の攻撃と報道し、 情報が錯綜している。各国の軍が動き始めているわ。
セブンリカーションが再始動したのでしょうか。
そう考えるのが妥当ね。このままだとあと数時間で世界大戦に発展しかねない。
各国諜報機関に攻撃を待つように伝えろ。必要ならこちらの手の内を晒して構わん。
各国諜報機関に我々がセブンリカーションを止める。それまで軍の攻撃を待つよう打診したわ。
これで止まるでしょうか。
一度は止めた実績がある。世界大戦には誰も突入したくないだろう。
US ソードから返信が来たわ。1時間だけ待つ。それ以降は我々のやり方で対処するだそうよ。
アメリカが止まるなら多少の時間稼ぎはできそうだ。
この1時間に世界の命運がかかっているというわけですか。
頼んだぞ、新田先生とデッドストックたち。
Yes, please keep America at bay. Please keep America at bay so we don't have to see what's her face's face again.
カーネル、周囲の海域を偵察していたドローンが接近してくる不審な船を発見いたしました。
不審な船？船首は？
それが何やら古い軍艦のようです。
何者かわからんが迎撃しろ。この基地へ接近する船はどこの船籍だろうと容赦なく沈めろ。
はっ。
ここを嗅ぎつけると一体どこの軍艦？
One's gonna take you down. Our boat gets steadily closer to Hades' floating base.
島が見えてきた。あそこが敵の秘密基地？あ、どこ？見えない。セルカ、なんでそんなに目がいいの？
Why isn't yours, Flan? You're supposed to be a sniper.
忍法千里眼の術。本当だ、島があります。双眼鏡使ってるじゃん。
They have probably noticed us by now. They'll launch an attack on us soon, so get ready for a fight.
了解。私たちも配置につきましょう。了解なのよ。
There's something I've been meaning to ask you. How did you girls get this ship? We're clearly not on a Sirs or Sword vessel. It's much older than that.
なんていうか、この船は私たちの個人所有なのよ。S 組って軍艦持ってるの？ちょっと事情があってね。S 組になる前から持ってたんだ。まあ、今もこうして動かせてんのは私たちの恩人のおかげなんだけど。だから特別なクラス？ちょっとした事情とやらがとても気になる。ちなみにこの船は本物の軍艦じゃないの？ドイツのマニアが作った精巧なレプリカなのよ。
レプリカって実寸大で軍艦作っちゃうのはもうマニアの域を超えてると思う。
つうか、こんな骨董品でヘイディを相手に戦争する気？正気とは思えないわね。
正面衝突すれば一発で撃沈されるわね。
撃沈された場合、泳いで帰るのでしょうか？
なんだと？俺泳げねえぞ。いや、そういう問題じゃないでしょ。この船が沈めば全員海の藻くず。
来ました。攻撃ドローンです。右舷に被弾、損害不明。次々来ます。
7秒待って。今タナトスシステムがコントロール権の奪取を試みているわ。
Oh shit!
また攻撃ドローンが。
Can they hold on for 7 seconds?
おいおい、大丈夫なのかよこの船。
ハッキング完了。攻撃ドローンを沈黙させたわ。
Okay. Interception team, drop those drones into the drink. The drink?
了解なのよ。
So, Machina, Koyo, and Flan are the interception team, huh? They're now able to hack the drones, and they remain still in the air. The girls shoot them down in quick succession. What?
わーちょっと全然止められてないじゃないのよ。数が多くて対応が間に合わない。文句があるなら手伝って。
この前みたいに大元のシステムを攻撃できないの？
対策されていて不可能よ。となると前期を完全制御下に置くのは難しい。でもこういうことならできるわ。
ドローンが同士撃ちを始めた。
ナイス。
こっちに向かってくるやつだけ落とせばいいんだね。
んだよ、楽勝じゃねえか。
これで終わるわけないでしょ。基地を守ってるのはおそらくカーネルの部隊。
お、誰かいる。
皆さん気をつけてください。ドローンに気を取られている間に敵が乗り込んできています。
What the hell?
こいつら結構手強い。間違いない。カーネルが育てた精鋭部隊よ。
クズじょなめんなよ。
Yeah, get him now.
ぶっ殺。
What is Lopez gonna do? Oh, I guess shoot him. In the next moment, close quarters combat breaks out on the deck of the ship. They're the same soldiers from the amusement park. They're strong.
ここは私たちに任せて、マサキは行って。
早くエルちゃんを助けてあげて。
Sorry. Last D, R, let's go!
ラジャー。かしこま。
行こう、お兄ちゃん。
We lead the defense of the boat to the rest and dive into the ocean. I just realized something. This has to be. This has to be the final chapter, because this definitely feels like the epic conclusion to the game. We ride on underwater scooters we prepare beforehand toward the base. What is mission? The boat and everyone on it is the decoy. While they're busy fighting the Colonel's unit, we're to infiltrate the floating base. This wouldn't work normally. With Kazumi, Kazuki, and Thanao-san keeping Chronos busy, we should be okay. Can't take too much time. We don't know how long everyone can hold out against the Colonel's elite squad. But don't hurry.
D 組と R が抜けてかなりきつくなった。
この人たち強いです。
泣き言言ってんじゃねえ。ここで体張らなきゃいつ張るってんだ。
そういうことなのよ。オラオラオラ。ねえ、 R は？
R なら先生と一緒に行ったよ。心細いならここに一緒に隠れてなさい。あんたどこ行くの？
Oh my god.
それにしても敵が多すぎ。ねえ、まだなのカズキ。
Lapis really can't, like, stay too far away from R, can she? She really can't be separated from her.
もう少しだけ敵を引きつけて。あと2分。
2分は結構長いな。いけるかしら。どうにかするしかないわ。
Oh, it's the other Michiru.
何か目つきが変わりました。
説明が難しいのですが、はっきりしているのはとても心強い味方だということです。
あと少しよ。みんな頑張って。
We make it ashore at the enemy's floating base.
やっと着いた。海の中真っ暗で生きた心地がしなかったよ。
待って、上がれない。
騒ぐな、見つかるぞ。
Toss the underwater gear and let's go.
でもこれなくなっちゃったら帰れなくなるんじゃ。
この作戦に失敗したらどの道帰る場所はなくなるってことよ。
Shit.
この作戦に失敗したらどの道帰る場所はなくなるってことよ。
死にたくなきゃ言われた通りにしな。
We land where enemy surveillance is low, thanks to Thanatos-san disabling the enemy's cameras and motion sensors. Let's head in. R, take point.
わかった。
An explosion lights up the pitch black ocean like a firework. The boat we were on just a few minutes ago starts to sink.
そんな、みんなが。
The ocean takes the boat into its depths. Death sign. So the Green Reaper isn't done with me yet.
私らが上陸するまでおとりをやってくれてたんだね。脱出してることを祈るしかないわ。
They probably did. But still though. Rip battleship. You served them well. Can grieve later. Let's go. Without turning around, we head inside the floating base. Man, yeah, how the hell are they gonna... It's just 4 of them against an entire base. Oh man, how are they gonna fare? We've arrived at Hideo's base. Hurriedly, we advance forward into the center where the Chronos system is most likely located. Yep.
任せ。邪魔だ。もう倒しちゃってる。
Where do y'all keep getting all this ammo?
ある強い。
こんなところでもたもたしてられないのよ。
Although we're hurrying, R is completely focused. By the time Flan and Serica notice any enemies, R has already dealt with them thanks to her sharpened battle senses. She has no weaknesses. I don't think anyone can take down R. Did you not forget what happened to her back at the dock? Did you forget what happened to her back at the amusement park in chapter 4? I don't doubt R's abilities at all, but R's biggest weakness is probably her temper personality. But if she focuses, she's focused like right now, she's nearly invincible. Nearly, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's put it like that. Nearly invincible.
ある一人で十分って感じだね。
R, who is the farthest ahead of us, suddenly stops in her
ど
tracks.
うしたの急に。
おい、そこにいるのは分かっているぞ。出てこい。
私の気配を察するとはいい集中だ。
And here we have the woman that is truly capable of taking R down. The Colonel shows herself to us. Colonel, so you're here. Yeah, no shit. This is Hideo's base. Of course she'd be here.
重要拠点の守りを任されている。栄誉なことだが、機械任せの戦争に少々退屈していたところだ。来てくれて嬉しいぞ。
そこをどきな。こっちは急いでるんだ。
さっきが心地いいぞ、R。よほど私が憎いんだな。
憎いなんてもんじゃない。恋焦がれてたわ。寝ても覚めてもお前を殺すことばかり夢見てた。
情熱的じゃないか。それでいてターゲットの隙を常に伺っている。怒りでぶれないのは良い戦士の証拠だ。ところで貴様、デッサインと呼ばれているそうだな。
What about it?
貴様らの船はついさっき航沈したぞ。仲間も全員海に沈んだ。浮かんできたものは私の部下が一人ずつとどめを刺す。おめでとう。新たな記録達成だな。
How dare you?
お前のことを調べさせてもらったが、どうやらこれで会うのは4回目のようだな。
What do you mean? When I was young, I met the Colonel when she raided Dr. Osborne's lab. Second time was the battle at the amusement park. This should be the third.
クロノスシステムの戦闘テストで私が殲滅したソードの部隊にいたそうじゃないか。デッサインの名付け親は私と言っても過言ではなかろう。
You were there? That was the battle that led to me being known as the Death Sign. I lost my friends, and I thought Maz had died, but somehow he joined Hideo and became one of the Seven Rings.
遊園地で戦った時、どこかで覚えのある戦い方だと思っていたんだ。 私は戦い方で人を覚える癖があってね。特に優秀な兵士のことは忘れない。だが、いずれの戦闘も私が勝っている。今夜もそうなる。おっと、危ないじゃないか。
Sure, Colonel, it's one of you against four of them.
ごたくはいい。さっさとやるよ。こっちには時間がないんだ。
Unless Maz and other troopers decide to join in. In that case, okay, maybe your odds would probably improve exponentially.
そうだな。言葉など無粋。
Alright, R versus Colonel rematch. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to see what guns she has. Oh, I guess I'll just see later. The Colonel dodges R's preemptive attack and charges at her while firing her guns. Oh, we got this track. It's called Peerless Warrior. Okay. So we have the Colonel. Looks like she's holding an M1911 and some sort of Magnum. And then we have R, who's holding a Desert Eagle and I'm guessing maybe a 9mm, maybe a 6-hour. Both are within striking distance. It's a close quarters fight. Each dodges their opponent's potentially lethal blows while countering with all their might.
すごい。どちらも一発で倒せる攻撃を繰り出しながら相手の攻撃をさばいてる。アシストしたいのにどう助けたらいいかわからないよ。
Right in front of us, the two strongest soldiers are embroiled in a life and death struggle. I gasp it on and look on in awe, nearly forgetting why we're here.
ここは私が抑える。お兄ちゃんたちは先に行って。
Girl, you are not gonna.
そんな隙を与えると思うか。
Yeah, I think. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna be able to defeat her. I think holding her off is really all you can do.
あんたがくれないなら強引にこじ開けるまでよ。
やるな。さすが私のせいだ。
R creates a gap for us, and we run past the Colonel.
させるか。
The Colonel fires, but Serika's shield deflects the shots. Even the Colonel's incapable of attacking us while engaged in a fight with R. We'll come back once we retrieve L. Wait here until then!
仲間を先に行かせてよかったのか R。お前はこれでもう一人ぼっちだぞ。
それでもお前だけは私が倒さなきゃいけないんだ。
心細くて泣くんじゃないぞ、弱虫 R。もうブレてきてるじゃないか。寂しがり屋の甘えん坊め。何？すぐに仲間も一緒にあの世へ送ってやる。
I gotta be honest, R. I think the Colonel has a point. I have little confidence in you right now, since you're fighting the Colonel alone again. At least back at the amusement park, you had help from L for a little while.
そんなことはさせない。絶対に。
何やら外が騒がしいですね。まあ、タナトスシステムの復旧率とクロノスが沈黙していた時間を考えると、このアジトが割り出されていても不思議ではありませんが。とすると、襲撃してきたのはソードということになりますね。
I mean, who else? Justice Shield! You hear that, Ganessa? That's the sound of sweet justice coming right at you. What?
セリカ。
どうしたの？あ、裏切り者のカネさん。
Ganessa is inside the room and behind her. So, this is the core of the Chronos system. L is inside this thing. I feel L's presence, but I can't detect her emotions. She's sleeping, she feels quiet, almost like she's dead.
あなたたち、いいところに来てくれました。
Ganessa's voice cuts into my thoughts. Listen, quack, don't get in our way. I was just trying to feel how L is doing.
やっぱり帰りたいんで、美浜まで送っていってくれませんか。
何言ってんのガネさん。
裏切り者は死だよ。立場わかってる？
いや、違うんですよ。せっかく寝返ったのに、すでにヘザー博士は死亡。これじゃあ何のためにヘイリオに来たかわからないじゃないですか。
Well, that was
今の方がマシです。
well, that was quick. Do you really think you can go home so easily?
牢獄でもいいですよ。研究を続けられるなら。
I don't think you understand how jail works. Vanessa's calm state isn't a show of strength or her pretending to be dumb. She's just simply never phased. I admit, you are a genius.
ありがとうございます。別に新たに認められても嬉しくはありませんが、私はヘザー博士に会いたかった。会って、あなたの研究を受け継いでここまで発展させましたというのを見てもらって褒めてもらいたかった。
Yeah? And how did that work out for you?
どうやらヘイリオは私をヘザー博士の後釜としてセブンリングス入りさせたいようですが、幹部になると余計な仕事が増えそうで嫌なんですよね。まあ、好きに人体実験できるところは悪くないのですが。
I point my gun at Ganesa's head. We kill anyone who joins the terrorists.
待ってください。私ですよ。ヘザー博士の次くらいに優秀な私の頭脳をアインシュタインのように輪切りの標本にせず銃弾をぶち込むなんて人類の損失です。
And make sure you preserve her ears and tail. You know, that is vital for the revolution for the cat girl revolution and fox girl revolution. You want to come back alive?
人類のために。
Then help us. If you help us get L back, we'll return you safely.
それは厳しい要求ですね。エルはすでにクロノスシステムと一体化しています。
脳だけ取り出されちゃったの？
肉体の余計な部分を排除する手術をする時間的余裕もありませんでしたから、エルの体はほぼ無傷です。クロノスシステムは本来は脳を移植するタイプなんですが、肉体を傷つけず結合可能にしたのは私が持ち込んだペッツのおかげなんです。苦労しましたよ。数日でそれを可能にするのは。
Oh, well, that's good at least.
自慢はいいからエルルンをすぐに取り出してよ。
無理です。コアであるエルを分離するにはクロノス自身に承認させる必要がありますが、その命令ができるのはシンダリオンだけです。
じゃあ弱そう。
精神が強固に結合されています。強制シャットアウトすれば高確率で廃人になります。それでもいいですか？
Of course not. Do you have any other ideas? You're a genius, right?
ならば残る手段は一つ。新たがペッツリンクでクロノスにフルダイブすることです。
Okay. Fine. How do we do it?
エルとのペッツリンクはまだ途切れていませんね。
I can still feel L, even now. Signal is weak, though.
シンクロ値を 100% まで高めてください。そうすれば新たはクロノスコアである L と精神的に同化するはずです。
They did that before, I'm pretty sure, but L is not fully conscious at the moment.
要は L を抜け道に新たがクロノスシステムの内部に侵入できるわけです。そこで L とクロノスをどうにか分離させ連れ戻すんです。
Is that possible?
理論上は。ただしリスクもあります。もしシンクロ値 100% で L と同調しシステムに侵入できたとして L をクロノスから分離させられなかった場合、新たの精神はクロノスの中に取り残され戻ってこられなくなる可能性があります。
Oh.
それって先生が死んじゃうって。
科学的には異論がありますが、まああなたたちにとってはそうでしょうね。
そんな師匠。
I don't mind. If it's to get L back. I know I'd have to risk my life eventually.
いいでしょう。それからもう一つ注意点があります。クロノスに侵入している間、新たな肉体は完全に意識を失います。もしその間に敵が来たら。
いたぞ
Like right now?
みんな僕の後ろに隠れて。
わわ、ここは精密機器があるんですよ。銃なんて撃たないでください。
やっ
Nice. So I can plan to take down the intruders.
師匠のことは僕たちで守るよ。だから先生はエルルンを助けに行って。
I'm counting on you too.
私のこともちゃんと守ってくださいね。私が死んだらフルダイブのサポートとかできなくなりますよ。
裏切り者だけどしょうがない。
Yeah.
どっか邪魔にならない場所に隠れてて。
それじゃ早いとこやりますか。
Right. I touched the outside of the Chronos system. So Elle is in there. Elle appears to be in a deep sleep. I can only feel a tiny ripple of her emotions, but I can feel her vitality.
エルを感じてください。強く、自分のことのように。シンクロ値 34%、56%、72%、79%、77%、66%下がっています。エルのことを思い出して。シンクロ値上昇 82%、93%、96%、92%、94%。
Oh, it's fluctuating. Elle! I know you're in there!
100%フルダイブします。
I'll be there soon, Elle.
強くなったな、R。今のところ隙が見当たらない。
Alright, y'all, this is a good place to stop.
セーブします。
Oh, man. Yeah. This has to be the final chapter. I'm pretty sure my playthrough series is gonna end in the next, maybe next playthrough or two. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, I must say though, yeah, this chapter has been fucking phenomenal so far. Oh, so good, so fucking good. But yeah, I mean, shit, I don't think I have much complaints so far. Other than, yeah, I don't think I really have much complaints so far. Overall, I just can't wait to see how this ends. I can't wait to see how this ends. Although it does suck though in a way that my journey is about to come to a conclusion. But it is what it is. Yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys next time.